All right, guys, this is my update video for the month of February 2023. A lot I have to talk about. By the time you guys are watching this video, I will be on a plane and I will be headed to Florida. Me and the wife are gonna go. Charlie Mueller is gonna meet me there. His flight's already been canceled. He was supposed to be there before us, but now I think he's gonna get there after us out of Dallas. It's 32 degrees here, I think right now, and they shut the town down. Had a little bit of rain, and my kid didn't go to school today because they shut everything down at 32 degrees. That's what they do. They don't have any equipment to actually go and do all the roads and everything. So yeah, they shut it down. I've got stuff I have to do in the morning. I wanted to get this out, you know, so it shows up on February 1st. February 2nd, I will be at Woodlawn Hitting Club, hitting with David North. I hope he's doing better. He had a heart procedure done, and I think he's gonna be there. A few people are supposed to show up to hit me and Charlie Mueller. Going up there, the wife's going up there too. Friday night, Mike Masinko has his home run hitting contest. Charlie got into that. I don't know if I'm gonna get into it. It all depends on how I'm hitting on Thursday morning with those guys. And I think Thursday after we hit with Woodlawn, I think we're gonna hit with a couple other guys from Mike Dale, Kirby Murphy. They invited me to go hit with them. And I'm gonna try to Facebook Live all of this that we're doing, you know, kind of like the journey. And this is what's new to the channel too. The journey of us, you know, getting on the plane, going through all that stuff, showing up, you know, in the airport. You know, I'm gonna try to go to the manager's meeting. I think it's Thursday night. I have never been to this tournament, a senior tournament. I've been to tournaments in Florida before in the past, in my younger days, but I've never been to this one. I've talked to guys that have been to this one. They say they really liked it if the weather holds up. Our weather here is horrible. Charlie Mueller's flight, I don't know if I said that or not, Charlie Mueller's flight got canceled. He's leaving out later tomorrow. He's supposed to show up before us, but now he's showing up after us. Let me get to all this stuff. I'm looking at it right now. A whole list of things I want to talk about. Shaving. I start off every month with a video about shaving, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about this. I just want to bring awareness to people who shave bats and why and what's the reason behind it and what can we do. You know, I don't know if I can do anything other than what I'm doing now. Talked to Leroy about it, and we all know somebody that does it. I'm telling you right now, I think 90% of the seniors out there know somebody that has done it or is thinking about doing it. I've heard that a lot of seniors are trying to get other seniors to shave, and their excuse is, well, everybody does it. And I'm gonna have to agree on it. There's a lot of people out there that do it because, you know, because they think that everybody else is doing it. So and I've talked about this before in past videos, they just think that if, you know, I want to get that edge. If he's getting that edge, I want to get that edge too if I'm going to compete. So I want to do it. And then some of the guys get my dog, some of those guys can have that attitude where they just want to hit the long ball. And I've had guys contact me and talk about bats, and I always want to remind them about working out. You know, it would be beneficial if you guys hit the gym a little bit. And I want to talk about that in another video, about little things that will add a little bit of distance onto the balls that you hit. You know, I'm only up here talking about the bats that are being reviewed and what's the best bat in my opinion on what they are, and that's it. You know, I want to get into that where the training part and the supplements, of which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. I think every senior that's watching this video right now needs to go to a doctor and get their testosterone checked. My numbers on testosterone that I think a senior should actually get on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, is 360. If it's below 360, you're symptomatic at 400. I've talked to some people that actually contacted me and talk about this. And if your doctor, if you're at 300 and your doctor wants you to get to 200, that could take a while. And you're going to be feeling like shit, putting on weight, not getting any strength, brain fog. Your body's going to deteriorate. You're not going to heal as fast. You're not going to recover as fast whenever you're playing ball. And guys, when I talk about testosterone replacement therapy, every man has testosterone. After the age of 40, I'm going to say 40, a lot of people say 30, but after age of 40, it kind of tanks pretty bad. As we get older, we have to have that replacement testosterone so we can do the things that we love to do instead of sitting on the couch all day and being tired, putting on pounds around the belly, not interested in anything, not even go out and walk around, play a sport. I recommend a lot of seniors out there to get up and walk around, but it's hard when you're low on testosterone. So I recommend a lot of the seniors watching this to go see a doc. If your doc tells you you're at 300, and he's not going to do anything, go to another doctor. Because somebody out there that knows anything about testosterone knows that you're symptomatic at 400, 360. My doc, if I was under 360, I was 306 and I was symptomatic. I felt like shit. I was working out for a year and never gained any strength, and I didn't understand why. This is years ago. And I've done a lot of research in it, guys. Just do the research. It's another, like when I do these videos, it's actually like, I want to point you guys in a direction, not really school you on it, but make you do your own research. So this is one of those that I'm just going to point you in that direction. If you feel like shit, you're not interested anymore, you want to retire, you don't want to get up and walk around, you're gaining weight, you don't understand why, you're getting mad at the TV, you listen to talk radio, which I recommend you don't, and then you start yelling at it, and you don't understand what's going on. You have brain fog. I'll wake this up. So get out and get it checked. In my opinion, I think everybody over the age of 50 should do it. Over the age of 40 should do it. Things I want to talk about, shaving. I think I talked about that. Everybody knows somebody that does it, but what do we do? I think tournament, at least inspect bats. But then again, when you inspect the bat, you got to have somebody that actually has any knowledge on bats, the difference between a seam and a crack, I see my dog in the background. It's cold outside, so she's running around. All right, we have a new group of guys that's going to hit. I'm gonna, and I told one of my guys I was going to handle all this. And I kind of explain what my instructions, when I have a group of guys, we do our reviews different than a lot of other people. We have an agenda when we show up now, 2023, we have an agenda. I tell the guys via text message on what I want them to do whenever we show up, and I show up, I get everything ready, and then I'll have the bats laid out, and this is what they're supposed to do. Since day one, guys, the guys that hit with me are all quality softball players. I've known for a long time. They can hit the ball long, they can hit the ball short, they can go 5-6-0, they go oppo. They're average 800 hitters. Some of them are a little better than 800. But my instructions to my guys are to hit the ball as far as you can. We're not working on base hits. I want to see what the distance is that we can get on bats. Now, if you noticed in behind the scene videos, and those are the ones that make, the hitting the ball long, those are the ones that make the review. Nobody wants to see, like Bubba said, nobody wants to see you going 5-6-0, like he'll yell at in the behind the scenes video. But if you notice in behind the scenes video, what we do differently is we'll slap the ball, we'll hit it up the middle. That way we get an honest review on how good that ball gets through the infield. So what you see is us just going distance, which actually gives us a good idea on the performance of the bat. But what you don't see, because a lot of you guys don't see behind the scenes video, the hour-long video, because you don't want to sit through it, and I understand that. But you can see us practicing 5-6-0, cutting the ball. So when, somebody out there pops off, Dave, don't you tell your guys how to cut the ball, or don't you show them how to cut the ball? No, I don't. These guys are, These guys are 50, 55, 60 years old. I'm not gonna train my guys how to do that shit. It takes a long time to know how to cut a ball. And most of my guys know how to cut a ball. They're basically trying to hit the ball as far as they can because I told them to do that. Because I wanna see what kind of distance we're getting on the bats. And then behind the scenes video, like if they're getting ready for a tournament, that's another thing too. Week out, 2 weeks out from a tournament, they don't hit my bats. They hit their own bat because they're getting ready for a tournament. I'm playing, last 2 weeks. We did a review about 2 weeks ago. Right after that, in that same video, which you guys will see later, is I'm hitting my gamer for Florida. And I'm hitting the ball down, 5-6 hole, down the line, and then I'll try to hit for power. And I'll cut the ball, I'll go gaps, right? And try to get place, in case they're playing a 5-man, I'll try to go gaps. So that's what we do. All our guys know how to hit. There's little things that we might talk about that they want to ask, or hey, am I doing this wrong? What am I doing here? And I'll kind of explain to them because I'll be pitching to them. Another thing too, a lot of you guys ask me about bats and I try to text back. A lot of times I can't get to, and then when I do, it's a week late. A lot of you guys ask me, what size bat should I swing? I don't know. I have no idea. I cannot tell you unless I'm pitching to you. I can tell you if I'm pitching to you what size bat I think you should swing because I see a lag, or I see too fast, or I see way out in front. So I can tell you, I can get you pretty close with a half an ounce on what bat you should swing. Actually pretty closer than that. This year, cameras. This is a new one. This is my brand new iPhone. It's got the badass camera on it. I'm gonna use this year to do a lot of videotaping, a lot of games, home run hitting contests, Facebook Live is all going on this right here. The camera you're looking through right now is my wife's old camera, iPhone. I'm gonna go iPhone this year, all iPhone. Her camera's got her iPhone that she actually gave to me that I'm using right now is an upgrade too from the last year's. So we're gonna have 2 new cameras this year. The one I'm looking through right now, talking to you guys, it's an iPhone. It's got the same camera on it than this one does. Badass cameras, guys, they are freaking awesome. So those are our new cameras. Maybe you guys can see the ball a little bit better as it lands. I think when you're doing reviews, I think camera, the quality of camera tells everything because you can actually see, like they say, one guy out there said, camera doesn't lie. We're not there out there telling you we hit that ball 360 feet when you can't even see the ball land. So we're being honest, but you can actually see the ball land too. I think that's a plus on a lot of guys out there that are videotaping. So, and I'll show you guys this too. I had to go out and do it, man. Brand new laptop. Mine crashed and burned about a month ago. My wife actually went out and bought me that one. So I've dropped $4,500 into stuff that's gonna make this year a lot better. It's a good investment. The computer, I can download stuff a lot faster. This is actually a very good computer. I can download, I'm turning right now an hour-long video when it used to take me probably to cut it up and everything, probably around, without going through everything, it probably takes me around an hour and a half, 2 hours. Now it takes me about 30 minutes. That's just doing the review. Now, when I do behind the scenes, I got to go through everything, but I did cut that down. It used to take 2 hours, 3 hours to do a behind the scenes video. I cut that down to an hour. So yes, it's going to actually improve a lot of things. Quality, whenever I do my iMovie on my brand new computer, because that other computer was like 11 years old. So this is a step up this year. Some things I want to talk about, and a lot of it's going to be it's not going to be in my regular channel, it's going to be in that paid subscription channel. And the things I wanted to talk about in that, just Sarms, selective androgen receptor modulators. This is SR9009. This is a transdermal. Put it on your hand, rub it in. This one is that I'm taking, Rad 140. That's it right there. I've been taking this because I want to do reviews on them and talk to you guys about them. And they're going to be in videos, separate videos. When I'm going to do this, I'm going to do the Sarms, test them out, see how much they improve what I'm doing. And there's different Sarms that do different things. The one thing that I like about the Sarms with me is inflammation. So I do take some Sarms for inflammation that actually helps me out. I want to go through what actually do they do. You know, fat burning, muscle building. I am on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. So I want to talk to you guys about how I take my injections, you know, because it's not like I take it every 3.5 days, 4 days. And I do smaller ones. I do the little bitty pin needles, and I go intramuscular in my thigh, but it doesn't hurt as much because that's that small insulin needle. And I load my testosterone like that and take it every 4 days. I want to talk about that because I think it's better for you because you don't get that spike and that lower, you don't get that up and down when it comes to testosterone. A lot of doctors will want to give you a prescription for testosterone every 15 days. Don't do that because you're getting that big spike and then all of a sudden you're getting that big crash. It's worse than actually having low T because you spiked it. Now you're going to go down further. So try to talk your doc into once every 7 days, once every 10 days, whenever you do it. If you can get to once every 7 days, that's great. I kind of break mine up a little bit further. I go 3.5 days whenever I do mine, and I do morning and night. I want to talk about that in the video too. Those are the Sarms that I'm on right now. I'm doing reviews on those so I can talk to you guys about them. The thing with the problem with SR 9009, if you get it where it's got DMSO in it, it's hard to absorb that whenever you're taking it through the mouth. So guys, don't go over the counter and buy this kind of Sarms. This stuff's good for you, SR 9009, but you can't absorb it. It's hard to absorb it. So they did it with a transdermal. And I'm gonna talk about what all of this does for you, what it benefits. Guys, if you did any research on Sarms, you find out that it's not approved by the FDA. It's an experimental kind of, I don't want to say drug, but what they tried to get it for was AIDS patient, muscle wasting disease for AIDS patients and cancer patients to actually help them live a little longer, to help out with the muscle wasting disease. A lot of these Sarms, a lot of them from inflammation, which was I get them for because I got a lot of arthritis from lifting and just beating my body up for the last 60 plus years. A few other things I want to talk about. I saw, and I don't want to jump on anybody's ass, but I want to talk about this. If you're hitting your bat, if you're hitting your gamer this time of year, do not get on Facebook. Do not reply to any of my texts or any of my videos or anything and say you cracked your bat. I don't touch my bat this time of year, my gamer. I hit it D-bat today. If you guys on Facebook, you'll see that I posted that. The balls that we hit in D-bat are like socks, so they're not gonna damage my bat. When I walked in a D-bat, my bat's been in the garage, right? So when I walked in a D-bat, my bat was cold, but I knew that I could not hit quality balls. I couldn't hit these balls if I went outside. But in D-bat, I could because those are mush balls. So basically, I took 15 swings, to get my timing down in the D-bat today, and I walked out. So, and you guys are out hitting, and then I saw this a couple of times where you posted that you cracked your bat in January, up north somewhere. And I'm down south, and we won't hit our bats down here. So don't start posting and start complaining about this bat cracks or that bat cracks or whatever. Don't do it, because I'm gonna look at you and just shake my head and go, you gotta be freaking kidding me, man. Mark all this crap off so I don't lose my way. My website has changed. If you guys notice, I took a lot of stuff down because that's gonna be different now. That's a lot of information that I'm giving out that will go to YouTube on that paid channel. So if you go there, I'm going to get it right on that right now. If you go to my website, www.seniorsoftballbatreviews.com, I've got a page for softballs now, because I told you guys this is different, that I was going to start this year on my January update video, that we were going to start doing reviews on softballs right here. And I'm taking a lot of stuff off. I'm not only going to be having the bats up on the front page, but in the middle page, I'm going to have the softballs that we're going to be reviewing on. And you guys got to give me a little bit of time. When you're doing reviews on softballs, you just can't say, you know, hey, this ball performs better than this ball. You've got to go into a lot of detail. You've got to hit them for a while. You've got to see if they hold compression and higher heat, or do they get mush. So I've got to wait for it to get hot, you know, and that's going to be a while here in San Antonio. And then, you know, you got to see the durability. How long are they going to last before they start tearing up or just looking really bad or getting weathered? So that's another thing too. And it's going to go on the front page of the website. And then I'm going to start doing batting gloves. You know, I'm going to buy some batting gloves from these guys that have them out. We're going to do the test on them, you know, give them out to a few of our guys, and then have them hit BP with them, and then give our review on those two. I like thin batting gloves. Franklin's batting gloves, I love those batting gloves. They're really thin. Bubba loves thin batting gloves. Billy likes the Alan Tanner gloves. They're pretty thick. I like tight batting gloves, you know, that way it's not moving in my hands if I start to sweat or anything. So yeah, our front page is going to be not only bats at the top, only softballs in the middle, and then batting gloves on the bottom, on what we think about the balls and the batting gloves that are out there. That's my team, I think, that I'm going to Florida with, and they're burning it up now. A lot of you guys asked me about my eye, what's changed. As of today is Tuesday. Last Saturday, something happened. And not for the bad, for the good, for my right eye. I'm partially can't see anything out of my right eye. It's got a bunch of cracks. It wasn't very clear. It's got a bunch of bends in it. You know, your face looks small, your head looks small, your body was the same size, but everything I looked at, it was almost like looking like at a black hole. Whenever I looked around, the center part actually would go in, you know, come out, you know, where it was all small. I woke up Saturday morning, I was at the ranch, woke up Saturday morning, and I had a big floater in my right eye. First time since I had the surgery. Big floater in my right eye, and I started to like, oh, what's going on now? Because this has never happened before. And it looked like a wire mesh, almost like a screen that was cut in a circle. And I'm trying to look around, and my son was with me, and he goes, what's going on with your eye? And I said, well, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea, but it's a big screen circle, and it stayed right here for a long time. And then it moved back over here, and it was over here in the corner, and I can see it every once in a while when I would move, but it was pretty big, like a fly, like a big house fly. It was right there. Well, come to find out, it was scar tissue. And the reason that I can't see out of the eye is because I have it on the back of my retina where they put it together. I have a bunch of scar tissue that's in front of my macula, so it's not absorbing any of the light, because when your lens, the light comes through, the vision comes through, they call it the light, it comes through and goes to the back. Well, what happened was that was sitting on top of my retina and it broke loose. So now I gather more light, and that area would have scar tissue on it, which is a good thing. So now I can see a little bit better. For the first time in, what, 5 years? I can see a little bit better. And I'm excited, you know, call my doc about it. You know, I set up an appointment for next week. He's gonna come in and look at it. But yeah, I can see a little bit better. Still, it's still off. I can have a little crooked, not as bad, but the crookedness is going away a little bit. So yeah, the eye, I'll keep you guys updated on the eye. Talked about the ball. I want to talk about, let me go ahead and talk about that right now. Once I've told everybody that we were going to be doing softballs, I started getting a big interest about balls that people wanted us to look at. This is the ball that we've been hitting. This is a Thunder Advance, 44-375 compression. These balls hold up. They hold up in the heat, they hold up in the weather. You know, this ball's right here is about 6 months old, so it's not bad. It got a little muddy, but I can clean it off. Really good ball. It's not top performing ball. It's within the top 3 or top 4. That's how come I like hitting it. And like I said in a different video, that's not out yet, but I said in a video about what I want to hit in my reviews, because it just give you a prime example, 44-375 compression, and this is a short porch Ghost Max. It's a hot ball. You guys are gonna see the video here pretty quick. That's a hot ball. I don't like hitting these balls because it's actually a minimum compression, 44-375. That's minimum compression, not top compression. So it can go higher. I don't like hitting those balls. The rocks remember the rocks? I don't think that was a 44-375. I thought that was a little bit higher compression ball. I don't like hitting those balls. That's why I went with this ball right here, because I think this ball sets the standard on what senior softball tournaments should be swinging right here. I think it's not ungodly hot. It's not bad, but it's a good ball. I like this ball. I think every senior should be ball. So what I actually went out and bought was, and this is the new one, Thunder Advance. The stitching is blue on it, and you can see where it says seniors only. This is a U-trip ball. That's another thing. I've got a lot of these. I got a case of these. Just bought them the other day, and I'm gonna put those in a bag, and I'm gonna let you guys know what I think about that ball. I've heard it's good as this one. Like they're basically the same ball. But I'm gonna let you guys know if these are both the same ball, they just restitch them, which I don't care. I do like that Thunder Advance. Holds up in the heat, and I like that down here in South Texas. The ball I just had, we had these balls sent to us. This is the short porch. I had a few sent to me, not a case, but I had a few sent to me, 44-375. Watch the video on this. This ball's hot. But we're gonna still hit them. This is another one we're gonna do a review on. We're still gonna hit this ball and let you guys know, what's the durability, how many swings, we got on it before it actually started to look like crap, when we get in 90, 95 degree weather, what kind of compression does it not hold? Does it hit as good as it does right now? I'm not gonna hit this ball when we do reviews, just to let you guys know, this ball's pretty hot. Then, I'll talk about that one in a minute. Then you got the 44-400. That is this ball right here. This ball's hot. It's a 44-400, and I think that one is, that one is maximum compression. You can see right there, it says maximum compression. That ball's hot too. But I haven't talked about that ball yet, so I won't let it out. 52-300, we actually have these in our bag. I think I have 24 of these, and I've got them in the bag, and we are hitting this ball right here. I like the way this ball performs. Another thing too, on my channel, and which I'm gonna have a page that's just for softballs, I'm gonna weigh all the balls, because I think that has a lot to do with damaging bats too. So I'm gonna weigh my balls, my softballs in grams, and then I'm gonna put those up on my website so you guys can go through there. And when we're doing the review too, I'm gonna weigh all the balls that we're doing a review on. This is the 52-300. I like this ball. Comparable to a 44-375. This ball right here, comparable. And this one actually just is compression. It doesn't say max or minimum, 52-300. But it is as comparable to that ball. So they both fly pretty good. I think this ball's a little lighter. I have to weigh it and put the weights up. But I think that 52-300 is a little lighter than this one, just a little bit. Because I was pitching and I told the guys the other day, I think that ball's a little lighter. And I'm done talking about this one. Now, I think I talked about the 44-400. I did talk about that. Now I just got this in today, and that's the reason I waited to do this video. Short Porch has a Pro M U-trip ball. right there that actually we're going to hit. And I'm going to let you guys know what I think about this ball too. It's a Blue Stitch USSSA Pro M ball. It's a ghost ball. And I'm going to let you guys know these are just balls that we got in. And we're getting balls from Onyx. Those will be shipped to us next week. And I want to see if I did take a picture of it. And there they are. He's sending us those next week. And then we're going to do a review on that ball too. So I'm going to be doing bats, balls that are coming up. Talk about the bats here in a minute. I want to talk about some things. See if I got everything in there. You know, all the balls are going to go up on the website. I got that. Talked about going up to Florida, Tampa, Woodlawn Hitting Club, Thursday morning, 7:30. The weather is better than it is here, thank God. Be at the home run hitting contest, Facebook living that. Charlie Mueller is going to get into it. I don't know if I am. I don't want to move the camera, but I will. I've known this for a while, and I do think that it actually, and I've known it for a while, but I do think that it actually hampers it. And I don't want to say anything because I don't get a paycheck from these guys every month, so I can fix their problems. And why am I the guy that brings this to a lot of people's attention? And this is the reason I don't like doing it. But when I get the minions texting me and go, hey, did you know about this? And I'm like, yeah, I knew about it. And then this is probably going to be fixed. After you see this video, this is probably going to be fixed later on. But I think it actually does hamper with the performance of a bat. So whenever these guys get these bats, let's say, I'm just going to shove this one in there. You see this bat? Everybody's looking for that bat. These guys sold out till March on this bat. Everybody's looking for one. And no, I don't have any. I don't have this. A lot of guys think I have the inside on all these bats, and hey, can you get me a different bat? I mean, can you get me this bat, you know, because they don't sell. No, I put out the review and that's all. Hey, thanks a lot, bud. That's it. Because I don't want anything. I don't want any special treatment. That's not what I do this for. So I pay for a lot of my shit. So I get a lot of the guys will call me, and minions will call me and go, hey, Dave, can you get me they're sold out. Do you have any? No, I don't have any. This is mine. This is my backup, right? And this is what I'll be swinging in Florida. So if you guys see me on video up there, my video later on, that's what I'm swinging. No, and I have not cracked one. I can't even pull, it's in my bag. I don't want to get it. I've got 700 swings on mine. My backup has 400. This is my brand new one that I'm actually going to take with me. And no, it's not for sale. But a lot of you guys think I have the inside scoop or discount codes. I tell you what I will have though. When this new channel comes up on that paid channel, I'm gonna get discount codes and actually give those out for those guys that are actually on that paid channel on a lot of things. Supplements, softballs, you know, I'm gonna get it on a lot of the softball bats that are out there, and have a discount code. A lot of you guys that are subscribers, that are paid subscribers, can actually go to and get a little bit of price break on your gear. But a lot of guys think that I have the inside, and I don't. I get, especially since that Wigpopper came out, a lot of you guys think I hoard them. And I don't hoard them. I did give, Charlie Mueller has one that I got for him, and Clem has one that I got for him. And we pay for them, guys, you know. So going back to what I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you guys know this or not, and I have a few bats I'm gonna talk about too. I don't know if you guys know this or not. It's gonna be a long video. Miken, and I just so happen to have this here. It's actually cracked. It's got a little bit of a crack in it. Miken, for the last few years, has their bats shorter. I haven't tried a Easton. I know the Worth and the Mikens are shorter. And I'm not talking about just a little bit shorter. than any other bat out there. And I want to take this off, and I might cut this off a little bit, but I want to show you guys something here. On my counter right here, that right there is 34 inches exactly. I hope you guys can see that. So this is a Proton. You see that? Proton, nope, no winnow. This is a little Mexican. Nope. Greg Cerna. See, I can't even get it close. And that's straight up, look at that. I think I wanted to do one more here to give you guys an example. This is the Larry Carter. Larry Carter is exactly 34 inches. There is no give, see? No give there. Now, that Larry Carter's not like that. There you go. Now the Miken. You guys see how much that is? That's maybe over a quarter inch. Now, if you guys know anything about how bats are built, they've been doing that for a while. I knew about it. I actually told somebody about it that actually was with Miken years ago. I didn't say, I didn't keep it going, but they didn't do anything about it. But that's leverage. The longer a bat is, the better leverage you get. So they're actually, not benefiting them by getting the leverage that they used to get. And if you guys the Suncoast too, it slips right on. That one's a little bit shorter, but not as bad as the Miken. And all these other guys are pushing the envelope, the Wig. See, I can't even get that underneath there, and that's the Lunchbox. That's that new one that's out. So I hope they tweak it because it's going to be up there, because leverage is a lot, man. Even a quarter of an inch. You're talking about like that much. That's a lot. That can add a little bit more distance, a little bit more pop, a little more ass whenever you're swinging. Your balance points are thrown off a little bit. Your whip is thrown off, I think, quite a bit when you're talking about leverage. That's just me. But I don't understand and I'm not trashing anybody really, but who does the inspections on these? Like, shit, I'm a little low bat review guy, and I can tell you that's not a good thing. That needs to be fixed. But that's just me. Talk about bats here. Proton. I'm waiting on a Proton. One load, 8.8 on the hands. I've talked to a couple of people that are working on that for me. We just did a review on this bat. I just talked about this. Guys, these bats are on back order for a long time. I think March, they're on back order. So it's hard to find some of these. And guys, don't go out there and pay an arm and a leg for that shit because somebody's trying to hose you on the internet. Just wait. You shouldn't be hitting it now anyway. So March is good. Cell block. Lunchbox. A lot of you guys are asking me. And here's another thing too. I will not give out information. A lot of you guys are asking me about these two. Which one is better? Well, I'm not going to tell you because this one's number one. And if I tell you this one's as close, you're going to already know where I'm going to put it. So why do the effing review? I'm not going to tell you which one's better. I will say this is a good bat. 13-inch barrel. Love the way the handle is. I love it's got a little bitty knob, not a small. It's not that bad of a knob. Not like the Proton, the old Proton from last year. Handles a standard handle. But yeah, I like this bat. I think this bat performs really good. This is I think it's a 26 ounce, 17.1, 8.8 on the hands. That's that one. Wigpopper. Now, Onyx, one piece. Got this bat in the other day. This is a 16.8 with 8.5 on the hands. This is a 13.5-inch barrel, I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, I don't think I'm wrong, but it's a one-piece bat. Now, Onyx is coming out with one-piece bats. We'll be hitting those a little bit. I don't even know if they're out yet, guys. I'm just telling you. These are two bats that will be out. This is the 12-inch. This one's a big end load. I'm gonna say a 1 ounce end load by the numbers because it's got a 17.9, and this is a 26 ounce, got a 17.9 on the end. That's big weight here with a 7.6 on the hands. Thin handle. This bat feels good. This is a 12-inch two-piece that they're coming out with. This is a 12-inch one-piece that Onyx is gonna put out too. So stay tuned for that. I think we're gonna hit these a little bit. I won't be putting out too much about these, but I'm just gonna hit them. This, and everybody's going in this direction, right? This right here is a 26 ounce. And from the numbers, I already know it's gonna be a balanced bat. But look at that barrel, guys. That's a 12-inch balanced bat. We hit this bat the other day, and you guys I'm gonna put a video of us hitting this bat the other day. So stay tuned for this one. 12-inch balance. It's got a 26 ounce. It's got 16.1 on the end and a 9.2 on the hands. Guys, balanced bats, and I talked to somebody about this the other day. Balanced bats are gonna be different. I think from here on out, a lot of guys are putting out 12-inch. Miken, 12-inch balance bats. I want to try to pick up some of those this weekend. Talk to those guys up there and maybe pick up some of those this weekend on that 12-inch balance bat. Also, talk about balance. I don't want to get away from what I want to talk about. Is a lot of you balance guys out there, if you go the way the balance are going right now, you're going to get better performance and you're not going to miss a beat. It's not going to be that drastic of an end load, but you're going to get better performance. So I want a lot of you guys that swing balance, a lot of you old guys swing balance, kind of go in that direction because it's a good thing of what they're doing. About less hand, they're not just loading the hands up. They're actually what they're doing to make it more balanced. They're not loading the hands up, they're taking away from the end. So your balance points are going to be a little different, going to be better because it's a balanced bat. You know, for you balance people, but still you're gonna be able to swing it with authority and you're still gonna get a lot better pop off of it because they're just not deadening the bat by loading the hands. So the way the market is gone nowadays, and I think it's in a good way, is they're trying to, instead of just loading those hands, I'm repeating myself, but they're taking a lot of weight out of the end and just loading those hands just a little bit. I think a lot of you guys that move in that direction are gonna love those bats. That's just me. So kind of move in that direction. Cell Block is coming out. Cell Block Short Porch coming out with a two-piece. I'm gonna try to get my hands on one of those. Onyx too. What I think they're gonna do, and I think a lot of these, I wanna get it done. A lot of these softball, and I think it was Onyx that was talking about it, if I'm wrong. But I think Carlos Vega thought about this. He's going to start pressing, team names on these softballs. That way, when you're playing in tournaments, people are going to know what team you play on. I wouldn't mind getting my logo put on my BP balls. And I think that's a good thing because a lot of you guys out there pay a lot of money for the balls, and when you go in a tournament, you write names on them. So basically out of the factory, what they're gonna do is stamp them with your logo on them. I think that's something that's a little different, and I think a lot of people out there are gonna actually gravitate toward that. My paid prescription channel will be up in February. I kind of keep saying that. I wanna have a lot of discount codes on it. Nutrition, I want to talk about, I'm just going to run through a bunch of shit here that I take. A lot of you guys ask me what do I take. D3, K2. Got to take it with K2, guys. And this Berg right there, that doctor, that's where I get a lot of my supplements from. Turmeric. The one thing about turmeric is you got to take it within 3,000 milligrams, 2,000 milligrams to have any kind of effect on you. Silver gel. This is some good shit. I'll talk about that in another video. Gluten Shield. This is actually a digestive enzyme that I take. Helps us older guys digest the food that we eat. What else? This. A lot of you guys are playing the outfield. I recommend this. And I talked about this in a video. Your carb intake's got to be higher than mine, because a lot of times I DH'd, I pitched, I played first. I didn't do a lot of running around. You guys that play outfield, complex carbohydrates, this is a drink that I actually drink in the morning a little bit, and that's it right here. I think it's called Fuel something. Yeah, that's the name of it right there. Complex carbohydrates. You mix it in a drink and you drink it in a shaker during the day. Keeps your carb level up, keeps your energy level up, because if you guys are running bases, and I know I've seen this happen to a lot of teams. You're out there running bases, you're running around the outfield, and then you're spent and your hitting sucks at the end of a tournament. Keep hydrated for one, and keep carbed up. And it's just a drink. It's got complex carbohydrates. You're gonna burn it. Just keep drinking that, sipping on that during the day. Works wonders. Protein drink is what I take. This is the protein drink. I don't like whey protein. I stay away from milk. I don't know if you guys realize how they make the protein. A lot of us just have fillers in it. The protein shakes. This is mine. It's egg white protein. That's my protein shake right there. I don't do it all the time, guys, because I usually eat, not a lot, but I eat to make up for this. These are for the guys that are on the run. If you're playing 5 games, 4 games back to back, this is not bad to have in your bag. I mix mine with goat's milk because I don't drink milk. Creatine. And I'm gonna put all different videos out on this too. This is just, I'm giving you guys heads up. This is the creatine that I use. This is probably the best creatine that I have used, and I've used a lot. I've been taking creatine for 32 years now. And this is the one that I take. Rich Piana, rest in peace, 5%. But if you notice, it has a lot of the creatines in it, just not monohydrate creatine. So that's my creatine that I take. And I just got this in the other day. I take this to every tournament and I put them in my bag. That way I'm not getting that, because that energy crash, right? Because I can't get to the, if you guys realize, a lot of the concession stands that are out there have crap to eat. You got to be prepared when you go to these tournaments. And I usually put this in my bag. When I was a kid, I would put whole wheat bagels, cinnamon raisin bagels. I put a rack of them, which is about 6. And I put those in my bag and kind of like chew on them during the day. I wouldn't sit there and just stuff them in my mouth. I'd actually chew on them because it's complex carbs. If you're getting the whole grain, the whole wheat, and a lot of oats, you know, if you want to stay away from gluten. And chew on those during the day keeps the energy level up if you're expending energy. And this is another thing too that I keep in my bag. I'm taking a few of these up to Florida with me, and it's dried sausage, it's deer meat. And I chew on that. Fat and protein right here, guys. Very little carbs, but I'm gonna burn that fat and burn that protein. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys this weekend. If you're up there, come by and say hi. I've got a whole list of tournaments that my team actually put out, Demolition, the name of my team. I'll be doing a lot of going around this weekend, trying to look at a lot of games, kind of videotape a lot of games because of all the good stuff that I have. And have a good year. Don't get hurt. Don't try to get out there too soon, you know, clim, and start trying to get into it too fast at this time of year. You know, everything's tight. So get out there and do a lot of stretching, a lot of hydration, and I'll see you guys in Florida. Thanks.